So Facebook has probably already started. Even though it's counting down. Hello, Facebook world. Oh, yes, we are live.
Oh.
Oh, look at how wonky I look.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes, you look gorgeous.
Okay, are we on the YouTubes? I don't know if there's anybody. What'd you say?
The fix your boobs.
Why? What's wrong with them?
No,
No,
you're not.
no.
Hers look like they're running to the side like she's laying down.
I don't know. Because if I pull them forward, then. Look, it's
Just tell people it's a tan line, girl.
It's fine. They're fine the way they are. Jeez. Are you watching? Are we smooth? Are we on there?
Tan, honey. All
Are we
tan.
good? Oh, there's people watching.
Hi, everybody.
How many people are watching?
2, 1 and one other person.
Oh, you and one other person? Okay, well, you gotta be quiet so I can hear and so other people can hear. But this is a little bit out of the norm. I'm not used to going outside of my box for other than Wednesdays. Oh, look at it. She's just saying hello. She's saying hello again. Anyway, so I thought it would be a great idea to interview all the national title holders of the Entertainer of the Year system. And so all of them, even some that are getting ready in the bathroom, because they thought this was going to be audio only. We're here for the visuals. The visuals. Mm-hmm. So take a moment, introduce yourself, tell them your title.
Okay.
So say hello to the world.
Hi, everybody. Hi, world. My name is Cass Marie, and I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I am your current reigning National Entertainer of the Year femme.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch out now. So you guys are in town for?
We are in town for Arizona Entertainer of the Year.
Okay.
Femme, Fi, Mr., and King.
That's a lot.
So we have a few divisions going on.
Whoa. So last night was day 1?
It was. Okay. Last night was day 1, yes.
Is there going to be like a day 45? Is this a trilogy?
Gosh.
Is tonight the last night?
Yeah.
Because that sounds like a lot of performers.
Night. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There is a lot of contestants. They really turned out for the pageant. And I think as the national reigning, it's a real honor that people would try to make their state title to go to the nationals.
Absolutely.
I always make sure to thank people for choosing the EOY system because there are many options out there.
There are. I asked somebody the other day, can they write me a list of all the titles that are out there? And somebody looked at me like, ooh, is that possible? We don't have time. We just don't have time.
Right.
But it's good to see that you're here and talking with us.
Yeah.
So
well, thank you for having us.
When did you get your title? And let's back up. Where did you get your start, and how do we come to where we are today?
Okay.
So we got the time. So
okay, great.
Tell
because
the
my
story.
boyfriend says keep it short, honey. But if you're giving me the reins,
we do have other entertainers.
So I am born and raised in Madison, Wisconsin. And as it was difficult for me growing up. I am a trans woman. I completed my surgery about 9 years ago or so.
Okay.
Yeah, which was a real blessing to me. The life growing up was a real struggle, finding that identity. And that seems to have been the journey of my life. And still sometimes today it feels like, where do I fit in here and there?
Your authentic self.
Yeah,
Okay.
And so eventually, I found the LGBTQ community in Madison, and they were the first people to love and embrace me and accept me. Very nurturing. And they told me, you're beautiful the way you are. You're perfect being who you are. And love who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is my message I tell people, because the struggle is real,
Well, day to day. Hour by hour.
Yep.
Teddy by teddy.
Okay, just some tan lines.
Okay.
So I am 46. And
What?
I own that. I own that 4 and that 6. Yep. Age is a number, honey. It's all about how you feel in your heart.
Can I have some secrets?
Yeah, thank you. Little Mary Kay. And maybe
Not
some
Mary.
hormones. Some hormones.
What are those?
And so I started doing drag when I was 16, 17. I kind of dabbled in it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing it for 28 years. Yeah. So this national journey has been in the making all my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you hit it, you hit it.
I did, and I was ecstatic, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought for sure in the video of the crowning and everything, you can see me turning to the woman next to me because I kept wanting to say to her, "You better work, Mama, congratulations." And just something, intuition in my stomach said, "Don't say anything." And I just wanted to keep...
Did you doubt that you would?
Well, I just wasn't sure. It was my first time there, and I had no idea. Some things, things always go wrong before these things. I had my dancers drop 2 weeks before. So I had to scurry and run around crazy and think, oh, God, what am I going to do now? But, you learn to go with the flow and roll with the punches, and you always got to be ready for those things, So anything can happen.
So are you the first trans woman to hold the title of femme?
I am the first trans woman to hold the title of femme.
What she didn't say is that she's a history maker.
Okay. And I'm a barrier breaker.
Okay, all right.
Yes. I was talking last night on the mic at the club, and I said, roadblocks come up. I have scars. Warriors have scars, and I've made it through a lot in my life.
Absolutely.
As many people can do, and you just keep moving forward and moving forward. I feel I've been very blessed. I struggled with drug addiction and alcoholism for many years in my life.
Okay.
And with the grace of God, who I choose to call my higher power, some people believe or not, people have the right.
Absolutely.
And the 12-step program, I've been able to maintain 18 years of clean time and sobriety.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Keep on pushing through.
Thank you.
So was that a personal choice of yours to come out clean and...
It was. In the depths of my addiction, I was at the point of suicide and just no light at the end of the tunnel. And I just never thought there would be another way to live because I did not know anything about a 12-step program.
And then how did you get educated on that?
Well, I did end up in the system. Pull over.
Absolutely.
So I was in a drug bust. And
whoa.
I went to court, and they said, you got 2 years, you can do 2 years probation, or you can do 30 days in jail. And I said, I'll do 2 years probation.
Okay.
And I know that I needed some authoritative figure to give me that structure and that foundation in my life because I just didn't have it. I didn't know how to get it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
How do you deal with that? Being your authentic self. So there's two things.
Yeah.
You're dealing with your past, and then you're dealing with your being your authentic self, and being a national title holder. So how does that all come together, and how do you keep it together? If you know what I mean.
Yes, so I do have a 12-step sponsor in the program, and that is my foundation. And I really need to keep strong connections to that. That is what allows me to keep it all together. That's where it comes from first for me, And I have a lot of love and a lot of support in my life. And I'm very transparent with who I am. And I've learned to ask for help when I need it. So if I'm struggling, if I feel shaky in an atmosphere of a club or a bar, or anxious, traveling by myself, for an addict, a lot of things that people wouldn't think would be triggering to people are triggering to me. And I've learned that I just don't need to use over those feelings. The overwhelming feelings of like, I won this title, what do I do with it? Oh my God, I turn that, and I turned that into a gift and embraced it rather than fear it and stayed in the oh my god kind of feelings of wow, I finally accomplished this dream. It's it's a dream come true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
I have lots of avenues that I get my support from. And that's really what it is all about. It's just making sure I have my support network set up for me when I go where I go.
We were talking about on the show a couple of weeks ago about how the LGBTQ community is based around, like, when we have social events, like, it's based around, like, alcohol or... For those that are out there that may be watching, what is something that they need to, I don't know, like, that they can use to come out of that stronger than every time we go to a... Because we do have friends that, you know, like, when they go to clubs, they don't come out of the clubs very sober. I mean,
yeah.
It took me like a snap, jump, and a pop of walking home from a bar, stupidly, to come out of my stupor. But what is something like that you would tell people that they need to, you know, if they see themselves in that situation?
That you do have a choice. You know, you can engage or not. You know, and that's something that I never knew for such a long time in my life, that I had a choice. Like, that I didn't have to live the way I was living in that point in time, and that there is a better way to live. So I took that route, and it was difficult. I had to face a lot of demons in my life. I had to face a lot of my past and the things that I'd done to myself, put myself through as a person, and put others through as well. And that was very difficult for me, but that's when the ability to maintain clean time and be able to make those amends to people comes in for my life, you know. So I always make sure to hold myself accountable for the behaviors that I have and the outcomes of a situation that I put myself in and how I treat people. I always need to be aware of that.
I love it.
And I'm really grateful for this program. You know, it's taught me a lot about love and tolerance and compassion and acceptance. All the things that I've ever wanted from other people, from myself. It's taught me that if you want it, you need to be it too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I was distracted. I was like, what's going on?
Distracted by the beauty. Yes, honey.
But... So I love your journey.
Thank you.
And before we started, you said that that you have been on a journey as national title holder.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey and how you
Wow.
you know, like, how you thought, wow, this would never happen. So
yeah. So the journey began last July in Louisville, Kentucky. Yep, and that's when I won. I was so grateful and very ecstatic. And I thought, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, do I quit my job? Like, am I just going to be like every day? You know, that's really a dream come true for me as an entertainer, was to go in this direction of it, you know?
Oh, wow.
And now I'm there. And
so now what are you doing?
So now I am blessed with being connected to the femme community, and I've had so much love and positive connecting with people in the community. You know, there was, and I'm going to be honest, there was a bit of backlash when I won being a trans woman in the femme pageantry. So a lot of people said that I had something
You
over.
can't say this, but I say, go fuck yourself. What?
They said that I had a lot over all the other contestants, and I truly believe the only thing I had was my experience, my life's experience, and the readiness and the knowledge that I gained through the years as an entertainer to prepare me for that day. You know, like that man said in his speech, love is love is love is love. Well, for me, a woman is a woman is a woman is a woman. If you say you're a woman, then you're a woman. That's not for me to decide or choose who I think you are as a person. You know? Yeah.
Travis Hard says, my GPS or GSP wife. He says hi.
Oh, Travis. Hi, baby. Blue Stage Productions.
Anita Anita to Go Box says
Okay.
hi.
Hi, Nita.
And Vivica, I don't think was Isis a myth?
She'll be late.
Oh, is she a crier?
Isis.
Ugly cry.
Oh, she's
Oh,
such
not
an
the ugly
angel.
cry. Like,
Kardashian ugly cry.
ooh. So am I, though. So am I. That's why I don't cry when I'm in makeup. I'm like,
Yeah.
Ugly cry.
You just gotta do
God.
this.
no.
And smile through the tears.
I just act like I'm super happy. So tonight is the Arizona EOI pageant.
Correct, and we are on the talent portion of that.
Okay.
Last
okay.
category for all the contestants, and from what I hear, they're bringing it.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So it's very exciting.
Olay,
Yeah.
bring more, bring more. Hi, Victoria. Yes, this is kind of like the Sunday edition of Let's Have a Fefe, because I don't usually do this outside of breaking out of my comfort zone. So, anything you want to tell people before we finish up, or?
Well, I just like my message to people is, love who you are, because you do.
Oh, I do
deserve
have
that.
a couple more questions.
Yes, honey.
Okay, so, being trans,
Yeah.
how do you think that, because you're making history, like how do you think you're impacting the future of, future ladies that want to compete for this title?
I think being the first trans woman has really opened it up for the EOY femme system itself, and I just feel that it just makes it all the more welcoming to people,
Absolutely.
Yes. And I think, I always say, put the you and I in unity. And people are like, oh God, there she goes again with that. But really, it's true, we all need to love and embrace each other.
Absolutely.
I'm an avid advocate for people that live life on many different levels. I was diagnosed with HIV in '95, and that's one reason that I got clean too, because I just said I need to start
wake up moment.
I did, and I advocate for trans youth as well as trans adults.
Mm-hmm.
I sponsor people in the 12-step program. I just think it's very important for me to be transparent. People tell me I have a story. I just go through life as it comes, and I do my thing, and I get through things, and I'm very humbled by the things that people say to me, and I'm very grateful. I feel that angels come in all forms, and I've had a lot of them put in my life's journey, and I'm grateful.
One other question before I let you go. What about, because we get this a lot, about the femmes not being considered drag queens. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, who is it for one person to say what is and what isn't?
Well, I truly support the femmes being drag queens.
Trust me too. You know what? And that's a good question, because this is what I've said on it. Like, I come from an era when doing drag was very insulting to women.
Oh,
like lesbians would be very offended by, some lesbians, not all, but would be offended by men impersonating women. So now that it seems that's kind of changed, now drag is a thing, and it's pretty.
And now it's on TV.
Yes,
it's everywhere.
honey, it is. And now women want to do drag, but queens are offended by that. Like, we need to have empathy. Not all queens.
Like, oh, can I borrow this?
Yeah, right. And for those that are offended by it, maybe you want to just take a little.
Like, fuck you.
Take a little look at what you're doing, and maybe
step up the game a little bit.
I think being a femme queen is an amazing thing. Like, I think it's a real privilege and compliment when a woman says to me, I want to do what you do. I want to look like you. Like, wow, thanks. And you can do this. Like, it's not just for boys who want to look like girls. Like, times are changing, and change is constant.
Absolutely.
I know all about change, honey. I had mine 9 years ago.
know, but it's been good talking to you.
Oh,
Yes.
Fefe, honey. Mwah. Thank you so much for the honor of coming on to your show.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
We're sitting in the hotel. I'm going to take this chair home.
Isn't it? Yeah, and
That's
it's even a
what's gonna
couch bed.
It's a
It
bed?
pulls right out. Pulls right out. Yeah. You pull it out and it gets bigger.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa! What? Oh, my. I have no idea what she's talking about. But yes, thank you so much.
Love you.
Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hi, JJ.
Oh.
Who's next? Are you ready? You've been on the show before. It's kind of okay. I don't bite unless you ask me to.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm. Hold on, excuse me. Talking to my assistants. They keep jumping out. So, Romeo White, Arizona's own. Tell them your title.
I am National Entertainer of the Year King 2017.
Absolutely. So you've been on the journey with all these folks in here?
We did. We started our
You guys
journeys on
haven't
different
killed each
days.
other yet? This is lovely. So how has your journey been as king?
Very hard.
Very hard?
I mean, it's really rewarding, but it's also, this year's been a lot of like back-end admin work, trying to get more prelims, trying to get contestants, trying to just rebuild everything. This is the first year that we've actually closed the King division in EOI. So now nobody can no longer just show up and compete. They have to qualify.
Oh, so I can't show up and compete as a king?
No. Not anymore.
But I had plans. I have backup dancers.
Well, we do have this fantastic prelim that starts on Tuesday called Southwest.
Oh, where's that at?
That will be in Las Vegas at Flair Nightclub.
Ooh. You said on Tuesday? Is that on Tuesday? Anybody want to go to Vegas?
You can message Richard Van Stone for all 4 divisions.
But enough about that. Tell us about you. From the beginning to now. Where have we begun and how did we get here?
I started performing about 7 years ago.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so about 7 years ago, I went to a local talent show in Tucson, and the bartender thought I was really cute. Gave away, wanted to see if I could move to take me home. Threw me into,
we all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, into the talent show. Little did he know that I was trans. And then I went back there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And they said, well, we need a name for you. What do you call yourself? I said, I don't know. So well, what do your friends say about you? And I said, they just say I'm a regular Romeo. So
where did the last name come from? Because some of us make up our last names. Some of us struggle to get drag parents to get last names.
So I had nothing to do with my real last name being put onto it. When I went to compete for US of A MI for the first year, I didn't have a last name, and I had to have one. So when my promoters, Nikki Kidd and Allison, did my business cards, they just threw my regular last name on there, and
oh,
ta-da.
Hello,
And that's
and there we go. And then, so how did you become a part of the EOI system? What's the journey? You became a drag king, and then
the journey started with Richard bugging the crap out of me for the
who
past...
is that? I never heard of that person.
That's a damn lie. Everyone knows about Richard. So he kept bugging me, and I had every excuse in the world not to do it. One of my kids was running, or I just didn't have the time. I wanted to focus on my daughter, whatever I could really come up with. Then I had a conversation with a really good friend, Gotti, and he was just like, "You really need to do this." And I'm like, "No, I don't really think I'm creative enough," and all this other stuff. And he was like, "Just try it once for me, and let's see where you go." So I was like, "Fine." So I got the packet. I registered for Tucson. Him and I were starting to build everything. Then he passed away. So I qualified in Tucson, and then I went to state last year. I won, and then I went to nationals. And
the rest is history.
I'm here today.
So you've been traveling all around the country?
Yes. I've gone to Wisconsin. I went to Ohio. Went to Vegas. I go back to North Carolina.
Just been all over the place.
Kentucky, California.
Are there any other places that are new this year?
Yes. We had our very first year for Heartland, which was our Ohio prelim. Teddy Michael is the promoter for that, and then Tyre Up is our first Heartland King.
What is it? What's his name?
Ty, Ty.
Oh, okay.
Up.
Oh, wow. I love drag names that make me laugh. Love that. Love that.
So yeah, we have that. Wisconsin was the first year for King.
Mm-hmm.
And Pony Boy will be representing Wisconsin.
What? Excuse me?
Pony Boy.
Does he look the way his name sounds, or I need to look? I may need to do some research into this.
He's a sexy little beast, is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Full of life. He's so great around the Wisconsin area. He'll definitely gives a lot of positive energy, makes you laugh a lot and stuff. So I'm really excited to have him competing this year. North Carolina King has been around, but we have a new promoter this year.
Mm-hmm.
Josie will be doing that at the end of June in Nashville.
Vivica says Pony Boy is sexy.
Yeah, she would think that.
I didn't say that, Vivica. I did not say that.
Yeah, and then we do have Southwest King, and that'll.
Is that the one in Vegas too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Richard has had a King before for that one, but this will be the first year that with the closed system that we have.
Okay. So tell me more about you being involved in as a national title holder for the first time. Yes. How different is it from being just like a title holder that's regional or state to being I'm all over the country? What is the scope has got to be different.
It definitely is, because like when you're in your own backyard, whether it's state or regional, like you know who's reaching out to you. You know what bars to go to. Show directors be like, hey, I'm gonna be in your area. Like, what can I do? And then it's completely different when I'm on Facebook and then I start getting like 50 friend requests within 20 minutes, and I'm like, are these like the porn ones where I have to like look through? But then it's like legit people, and I'm just like, okay. So then I add them all and everything, and then they just start messaging me, and they're just like, I saw you here. I'm like, which one were you? Like, why didn't you come and talk to me and stuff like that? So it just, I guess you have to be a little bit more cautious of what's going on in your social media once you're
hitting the titles. Being a trans man and a drag king, often I see this question posted online, and I've talked to Freddy about it, because you know how we can be vocal about this on our show.
Yeah.
Once you're T, does that make you not a king?
Not necessarily. I definitely.
And why do people have a problem with that?
People think that with the hormones that we have a different advantage because we do get the facial hair, stuff like that. But there's different stages in.
On their face.
Right. There's different stages in transitioning. If you're just on hormones and I have a beard, that doesn't give me talent on stage. Mm-hmm. I could look like Michael J. Valentine on stage and just stand there and people just gawk at me and everything else. But if I can't do anything on that stage, you're not going to give a damn whatsoever. Whether I have a beard, whether I wear glasses, whether I have green eyes, blue eyes, whatever. It doesn't matter, because you're like, why are you on that stage? I don't want to watch you for 7 minutes. Do nothing. Mm-hmm. And then you have your trans kings who have top surgery. And then it's, well, you don't have to bind anymore. Yeah, but do you know that I had to do that for 10 years? You've been doing it for a while. Like, you can't categorize things like that based on anything. My experiences are going to be different than somebody else's.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that. And I am, within the EUI King system, I am the first post-op trans national title holder. So then now there's this whole big thing about I shouldn't have been able to compete in the King division because of that.
So did you got backlash too, just like she did?
I got more in-person backlash. Cass was smeared all over social media.
Oh.
Which was, and it was a whole big thing. It was that she shouldn't have been able to compete in the Femme division because of her experiences and stuff like that. And it was I shouldn't have been able to compete in the King division because of my surgery that I had after qualifying in Arizona.
Huh.
And so it's just one of those things where we do this to entertain people.
Uh-huh.
My past life, or what I go through in my day-to-day life, or how I identify, or my orientation, or anything else, it doesn't give me any skills to win a pageant, or it doesn't give me any type of advantage in that pageant or show, or whatever the case may be. it's all what we bring on the stage, and I think that's what everyone is losing focus of, is what we're here to do. We're entertainers, and I'm Entertainer of the Year King for a reason. I was entertaining the pageant.
So
Rocky
said
was
is fuck
entertaining.
you.
So that's
They
my
can't
stance.
say it. I just said it.
Pretty sure Richard.
Fuck you. So, if there's somebody that is thinking about being king, what's the first step? Like back in the day when we all started and we were all pretty.
The biggest thing getting started is, one, do your research.
Mm.
Find out if you want to do pageants, finding the system that really identifies with what you believe in and what you want to be a part of.
You mean don't just go chasing one?
No, don't jump.
Oh, I want to be in all of the pageants.
Candy show.
Oops. We don't know that.
So do the research on things you want to do. Find out what you want your persona to be, kind of thing, and then start finding people who do those types of things and learn from them. You don't have to have everyone be your drag dad, your drag uncle, and everything else. You can have a mentor and still have your own identity and stuff like that. So that's just really it. It's just be true to who you are, figure out what you want to do, and do the research.
Absolutely. Yes. Any famous last words?
Not really. I'm not a man of many words.
Oh. Well, I want to thank you for doing the interview, though.
Thank you for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I'm loving this air conditioning blowing through my hair, too. So, I'm just... Can I get one of these at home? Oh, wow. Does everybody have a business card? She didn't hand me a business card. Oh, wait, your phone number's on here. Is that okay? Oh, wow.
Pictures on the back.
Oh. Sorry.
Who took those pictures?
Who took the pictures?
2 of them are done by Scotty Kirby,
Oh, we don't want them.
and then one of them
Stop it.
is done by Jorge.
Leaked
Jorge.
glass. The leaked glass. They've been doing some good stuff lately. I'm living over the Pride pictures. So thank you for talking to me. Do you have more to tell me?
If you got
You've been
questions on it.
quiet. You've just been quiet.
Yeah, that's why Cass and I
Ryan
work-
says that your beard is on point.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, Cass and I, we level each other out very well because she's so talkative and I'm not. But then I'm very on top of stuff, so I'm like, wrap it up, we gotta go. Like, move on to the next thing and everything. So we definitely.
You weren't signaling over there. You just...
Like I told Ryan, this is all her. She wants to ramble and all that. I gotta let her. I can't do the pinch test.
Well, thank you for not punching.
Did you just that
I would have been like,
a random arm just on.
all right. Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Are you up next? Yes. Thanks. Mwah. What is that? What the?
Yeah. There you go.
I want one of these. Wait a minute. Well, hold on. It's not about you. I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm done staring at your medallion
Okay.
for now. Oh, you're up here. Okay. Tell the people your name and your title.
Hi, my name is Charlton Alisea, and I am your Mr. National Entertainer of the Year.
Yes. So, are you the only one that has this
I am the only one that has this. Yes.
out of your reign?
Out of
all,
my reign.
all of those girls
Well, they
and guys.
Romeo has a crown. Cass and Ginger both have crowns,
Okay.
and I have a medallion.
First question then.
Yes.
How come you have this beautiful piece of jewelry
Mhm.
that I want to steal from you, and they don't?
Well, they have them with them. They just didn't want to wear them for the interview. So
Okay.
I thought I'd be a little extra today.
Whoa. Extra is okay. It's
Right,
okay.
right,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. So tell us from the beginning to where we are now, not the end, because We don't want this to
Okay.
be the end.
Okay.
We want to
Right.
see this move
The
on.
journey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what specifically about like
Where
you
did
know-
you get your start,
Okay.
and then how do we get here?
Okay, so I've been dancing my whole life, and have dabbled.
Right
in-
out the womb.
Yeah,
kind of
pretty much.
dancing?
Even the
Okay.
doctor said to my mom, God, he's moving around in there. He just likes to dance. I didn't want to come out. So,
Okay.
So she always says that, me being a dancer was like at birth. So,
Oh.
yeah.
So you've been dancing since.
I've been dancing, officially dancing since I was about 9.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We won't
I'm
tell you
Mr.
how
Two
old I
Left
am.
Feet, so I'm not going to worry about that. So then.
So I was dancing. I did some acting. I do singing.
Acting?
Mhm, I've done a lot of musicals. Yeah, so all of these things, I was in Rent. I did hair. I was in
Wow.
Cats. I was in Lacage. I have a kind
Just
of a
some
wall
simple-
of fame.
simple.
Little shows. And then I've been singing up since I was young too.
You sing, you dance, you
Acting
act.
since I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just fully loaded.
So,
Okay.
so when I was approached last summer before last summer to choreograph a number for one of the contestants for Genders Division, the FI,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, what is this whole world? Well, actually, I did a choreography piece for a contestant from Miss North Carolina America.
Mm.
And I performed backup dance for her. And then everybody was like, oh my God, who are you? Never seen you before. I had no idea about the pageant world.
Mm-hmm.
So I backup danced and we did a great number. And so was inundated with people like, will you backup dance for me? Will you choreograph for me?
Mm-hmm.
And then a girl, a contestant by the name of Buffet in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's her name?
Buffet, yeah. She's
Just that.
Buffet, yes.
Okay.
Honey, she is a fierce queen, and I love her to death. And she's my Mr. Promoter, actually.
Mhm.
She approached me about doing a whole production number of the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, a montage
Mm.
of so it changed to 3 songs. She wanted to do choreographed it. She wanted me to help produce it, and I said, sure. I've never done anything like that. I would love the challenge. I've choreographed other shows before, full shows, but to do a mini something in 7 minutes to tell a story, I was like, hey, this will be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I had all my backup dancers from the dance studio, backup dance for her, and we were going through this journey, and she just so happens to be promoter for North Carolina Entertainer of the Year, which will be April 1st in Charlotte, coming up
Okay,
very
little
soon.
plug
Little
there.
plug, right?
Okay.
Shameless. So I was like, well, my friend was like, you're going to be there backup dancing for Buffet. Why don't you do this pageant? Because you could be there and be a contestant and backup dance.
Oh.
I said, well, I never thought about doing that. So I was like, at the last minute, about 2 weeks before the pageant came around, I was like, I'm going to do this. So I called around, got my package together,
In 2 weeks?
I slayed the competition. Yeah, in 2 weeks. So I won Mr. North Carolina, and then I was like, well, oh my God, I won this thing, now I'm committed. So I got to
Mhm.
go and slay in Louisville.
How much time did you have?
So I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare because Louisville was in July and the pageant was in April. So May, June, July, about 3 months to get ready. And so I was contacting every designer. I was trying to get music. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, but it all worked out, and I'm here today. And so I went there, and I had the prize in my.
Oh.
So that's my story.
Is this your first time obtaining a title?
This is my second title. Well, North Carolina was my prelim, and
Uh-huh.
then this was my first
So
attempt.
this was your first time collectively
Collectively, yes. This is my first
ever
Ever.
earning
Yeah.
titles.
yes.
What?
So I've got bit by the bug, so there'll be many more titles to come.
Oh. I said there's more.
There is more.
He's not done. Hi,
No.
Edward. Edward of Arizona Drag says hi.
Hi, Edward.
So, how has your year been carrying this around, first of all?
Right, it gets
Uh,
heavy. It's like,
So, how has your year been? Is it everything that you expected it to be? Or
I really didn't have any expectations. So I
Mhm.
was like, I think that when you have expectations, you have disappointments. So I have been enjoying this journey. I've been doing national walks. I've been meeting people from all kind of systems. I got a chance to go to US of A in Houston, Mr. US of A, and meet all my national brothers. And we bonded. And so it's just been an incredible journey. I've been meeting contestants, formers, promoters, fans, friends, making new ones. It's just been
Is it kind
incredible.
of like more
It's a
than
little
you ex-
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Well, like after I won, the first 2 months I had 2,000 Facebook requests. And so I was like, it all hit me. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is like, now it's like my Facebook is not my, you know, like,
It's not
much
just your
more.
friends.
It's just not my friends. So it's like so much more than that. And it's kind of a little bit overwhelming, but it's exciting at the same time.
Wow. Charles says hi. Charles Miller.
Hi, Charles.
Vivi.
Vivi,
Oh, is that what you
yes,
said? Sorry.
that's my. She was my this year's North Carolina Femme. She's
Okay.
an amazing Femme artist, and she did a great job. She just recently had her step down last week, and Cass was there with us.
Oh.
She was in Charlotte in the Queen City, and we all had a great time. And I adore Vivi a lot.
So
She
there'll
puts a
be
lot
more
of
from
work.
her? Is that what
There'll
you're
be
saying?
more for her. Oh, definitely.
okay.
She's a force to be reckoned with, for
We'll
sure.
keep an eye on you. I'm gonna send you a friend request. I have to delete people, but I'll send you a friend request.
Awesome.
So you've traveled, you've done all this. What do you say to those men out there that are getting ready to compete for your title, basically? Yes.
Well, I just say, stay creative. Go out there and draw from your own personal life to create your packages. I that's what I did. I was like, what inspires me? Who am I? What gives me life? I always say follow your vision, because if you think that you're going to do something to please a judge or to please just the audience, or if you're doing what others think you should do, I think you always have to dig deep in yourself and you're like, who am I? What feeds my soul? And people will see that through your work.
Is there any adversity because just like the films,
Right.
Are there people out there shouting out there
They're
that
like, what's that?
that men can't do drag
Well, I think
because they're not dressed up like queens? I feel like
Right.
queens are like this elitist and like nobody's letting anybody else in. But
Well, I think that drag has a rich history that is cyclical. Like bearded queens have been going on since drag, and we think about bearded queens as being something new and modern. But Hibiscus was doing it in
Way before
San
anybody.
Francisco and putting glitter in his beard way before any of these people were born that are doing it today. So it is cyclical, and if you think about as entertainers, I do a lot of illusions. So like I do the male version of Jessica Rabbit.
Oh,
And
yes.
then I
Oh,
do-
I did see that.
You
Uh-huh.
do that, and then I do Prince, which is a whole persona.
No,
Yes.
really?
My Prince is killer. So I have a really great designer by the name of Troy Ford who makes all my Prince costumes.
Okay.
And my national step down will be an homage to Prince, and so it'll be
wow.
Purple Rain, REIGN. So
Oh,
I'll start off as Prince doing illusion, and I'll end up being me.
Oh, I love
So it'll
that.
be great. So I have the opportunity. We have the same birthday, Prince and I do.
Oh,
So-
is he an idol of yours?
He is an idol, and you know what? When I was younger, people would say, "Oh, you look like Prince," and not a day goes by that people don't stop and tell me I look like Prince. And at first, it would bother me because you always want to be your own person. You want to look like Charlton, but after his passing, it touched me more. And I've always been a huge fan of his music. And then when he died, it kind of hit me hard.
Are you
It's
getting
kind of like with Michael
requested to
Jackson.
do that?
I get a lot of requests to do it, and so it's been something that it's building, which I'll do tonight. I'll do Prince
Oh,
the
look,
first
something to
time
look forward to.
in Arizona. So if you're around, come to Aqua. You'll see Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Edward has a question. What has been your best part? What has been the best part of being Mr. Entertainer of the Year, and what's next after Entertainer of the Year?
The best part of this journey is the friends that I've been making. Yes, and especially the three that you.
Do y'all travel
today.
together a lot?
I travel more with Ginger
Uh-huh.
than Cass and Romeo. But making a friendship that I hope that will continue far after our reign for 2017 is over. That's been the most endearing thing to me.
Okay, and then so when your
What's
reign
next
is
for me?
over,
I definitely have a pageant in the future. It's
you
funny.
don't want to talk about it? Do you want to
Well,
break
you know
it?
what? Do you want to? Well, like there's a lot of people that say you're continental. You're continental. I mean, I just so happened EOI fell into my lap.
Mhm.
You know, had that contestant Fefe not asked me to choreograph, I probably would have done enough. I've never done a pageant before.
Oh, at
you know,
all?
at all. But it introduced me to a whole world, and I'm glad I did EOI first because it's the maximum of what you can do in creativity.
Mm.
You're not kind of stifled by some image that is predestined for you. Like like when you're continental, there's a certain look. When you're America, there's a certain look. But with EOI, it's like no holds bar. You can do and be whoever you want to be.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm glad that fell into my lap first. So I'm kind of like experimenting with all nuances of me. So it could be continental. It could be America 2019.
Was that the answer you wanted, Edward?
So yeah, definitely. And I mean, you never know. I'll be at AAG this year performing for Cielo Step Down, which will be March 22nd, 23rd in Daytona. So
Okay.
Cielo is really great. So I'll see what AAG has to hold. You know, I've never been to an AAG pageant, so I might get all of them when it's all said and done.
You just... Oh, sorry. Sign my name
Yeah,
here.
sign my name. I'm like, check.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Any... I keep saying last words, and my boobs keep making an appearance. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Any other questions before I finish up? And then, what would you say to those that are holding back from performing at all? Doesn't matter if they're queen, king, whatever.
I just feel like that I struggled with this a long time. Like, don't be too feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Be more masculine, or
I meant
don't
to ask you about
don't
that. Yeah.
don't wear your hair like that. Wear your hair like this. Don't color your hair. Don't do that. Like, we let society in and out of the drag community, and in the entertainment
Mm-hmm.
community, put us in boxes. And I just say, don't live your life in a box. You've got one life to live. And when I was thinking about doing EOI, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to live my life with any kind of regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Any coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with that in my life. And so I want to do it all, be the person I want to be. And if you don't like it, then so be it. It's not my problem.
Oh, amen. I think that's it. That's it. But thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck tonight
Yeah.
and have fun. And
Are you going to be there?
I can't say. I can't
She
say.
might do a cameo or
I
not.
I can't say.
Yeah.
But this has been a treat. Is she ready?
Is Ginger
She's
ready?
had the longest.
Hey, my
to get
wifey
ready.
is coming.
She's had the longest to get ready.
I love her to death.
Just
so.
looking
Alrighty,
so
bye
beautiful.
guys.
Thank
Oh,
you. Mwah.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry, didn't
Thank
mean
you.
you
No,
lost.
you're fine.
Did you get?
Good. I think I got a piece right there.
Oh, okay. You can leave that here.
Alrighty. Okay. I'll will it to
just-
you right there.
Are you ready, Miss Lady? You didn't even have to put shoes on.
Honey, that little. She just something she threw together.
I'm in here in flats.
Should I bring this or hold it down or what?
Vizelle, is that how you say it? Says hi.
Oh yeah. Hi.
He's still in the room. Come on over. Oh, wow. You. Oh. Hold on.
Already. You thought mine was fancy. Huh?
Oh, wow. I mean, can I have both of them? No, I don't want that juju. So tell people your name and your title.
Hi, I'm Ginger Manchester, and I'm Entertainer of the Year National, FI
Yes.
2017. And thank you for having me. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
And she got ready by a whim. A whim. She just had this, she had it in her pocket. And she just pulled it out. I love your hair.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So tell us about being National Entertainer of the Year and having this jewelry.
Well, most of you know that I've been in a lot of pageantry systems over the years. And being a national queen is fabulous and everything, but you should always remember where you got your start and the people who have helped you throughout your career. So I have a list of family, fans, peers that made me who I am and what I am and what I have become today. And it wouldn't be, I would be nothing if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So I'm grateful.
So where did you get your start, and how did you end up here?
Okay. I got my start many, many years ago doing the USA pageantry system that is owned by Jerry Bird. He's one of the finest in the pageantry system throughout the United States. And I started doing USA, and then I was gracious enough and lucky enough and honored enough to represent his system as Classic, Musquet Classic 2004.
But you're only 21, right?
Oh, I just had a birthday, so I'm a senior citizen.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh, you guys keep it young in here. I mean, the skin. So you started quite a bit ago. That's your words, not mine.
Close to 40 years. Actually,
no way.
Yeah, actually, my husband, Don Newman, and I have been together going to be on 39 years. October 19th will be our 39th year anniversary.
Wow,
So I
congratulations.
love you, Don, if you're watching.
Love you for that. Wow, okay. So where did you start, and then how did we come to be?
Well, I'm originally born in Cleveland, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was raised and born in Cleveland, and that's where I got my start. I did Miss Gay Cleveland in 1985,
Mm-hmm.
and I was fortunate to win.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so my career started there, and then I won Miss Gay Ohio USA in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, 88.
Mm-hmm.
I won so many. I
Oh.
forget. Can't keep.
The
can't
resume
keep
is
track.
getting longer and longer. Okay. Charles Miller says, looking good, Ginger.
Thanks. That's Tula from
Yeah,
Fort
she
Wayne.
says Tula.
After Jack and Babylon, she's been like a mother figure for many years to a lot of us girls. And she gave me my start in Fort Wayne when Don and I moved to Fort Wayne many years ago. So much love to you, Tula, and Leo, and the staff and management of Babylon and After Dark.
She's looking for
And
her
my
bookings.
friends in.
I'm just kidding. And then, so what happened after you got that title?
After that title, I traveled throughout the United States representing the USA system to the best of my ability for Jerry Bird. And I sold prelims, and I met a lot of new people and made some wonderful friends throughout the USA system, as well as the continental system, and also Entertainer of the Year.
Okay. And then, so, as your journey from beginning till now, have you experienced, like, the evolution of drag? Does that make sense?
Yes, and I'm still experiencing every day, even included today.
Yes, when I walked in, she was like ready to go, and then I said, "Well, this is gonna be on video." She looked at me like, "Is this gonna be on?" Yeah, we're gonna be on video. And she was like, "Oh, let me get a face on." You did pull it out pretty quickly, though, I have to say.
I have to tell you, I used to do an act on stage. A lot of people know that I did, and I'm telling you, as Ginger, and within 5 minutes, wiped my face off, and 10 minutes was back on stage. I would dressed as a cowboy. Yeah. And so I'd hit the stage back in 10 minutes.
No.
Yeah, so.
Whoa. That has to be an acquired art. How do you go from that?
Just very fast. I had a lot of good teachers.
Okay. So, tell me about your year as National Entertainer of the Year.
So far, it has been a wonderful journey. It has been very, very exciting. It has been touching. As most of you know, I didn't pull out Barbara when I won Ohio USA in 88, 89. Barbara Streisand is what I won. So I pulled out Barbara Streisand for Elite Continental, and I won talent. And then I thought, by Electra, she's like, Ginger, you need to go to Entertainer of the Year. Your talent of Barbara Streisand is very good.
Mm.
So with encouragement from her and a few other good friends, I decided to go on to Entertainer of the Year, which I competed in Entertainer of the Year 25 years ago.
No.
And so I came back 25 years later.
And snatched that.
I captured this beautiful
Wow. Wow. 25 years to the journey.
So now everybody wants me to do Barbara Streisand, and I'm getting really sick of Barbara Streisand. So just if you promoters are watching, please take notes. But I will be gracious to do it if you really want me to.
Are you doing it tonight?
No.
Oh, she's taking a break.
Yeah.
She's taking a break from Barbara. So what's advice for somebody that's starting out new as any kind of entertainer? What's some advice from you that you would tell somebody?
As advice that I would give a newcomer is to always believe in yourself, but also believe in others, like older entertainers as myself or somebody else, like a legendary, to ask their opinion. But when we give you the opinion, and if we do sound critical, we don't mean to sound critical, but we're just helping you to build a better stone or brick to pave your way as an entertainer in the business.
Oh, absolutely.
And so don't take things too harsh, and don't be too critical on us or yourself.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel with things like RuPaul's Drag Race that it has put a positive spin on drag, or how do you feel about us becoming a little bit mainstream, I suppose?
Okay, with everybody knows, I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of girls that's been on RuPaul, and I think RuPaul has opened the door for many of us as entertainers. So I applaud him and everything that he has done.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think everybody needs to be applauded with what's happening and what we're facing in this world today.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody should be applauded and respect each other as entertainer, whether what system you want to do, what you want to be, king, femme, queen, whatever. And treat people with respect, because respect comes within yourself. When you have respect within yourself, you have respect for others, no matter what color, no matter what race, no matter what sexual, you know.
Mm-hmm. Richard Van Stone says you're doing the splits tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to do 2 cartwheels also.
Oh, okay. What? Maybe I should be at this match. So, this has been like an incredible journey. So, what's next for you? Like,
What's next for me is that my husband and I just got a new house, and I've been after this house for 20-some years.
This particular house?
The one we just moved in. So I just want to enjoy my new house. I want to watch the ducks and everything in the pond behind my house.
Oh, wow.
And enjoy cooking out and just enjoy life.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's been a great journey. I'm starting to get teary already, but it is what it is. I have enjoyed. I have made so many friends over the years for all the pageants I've done.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, you hit that point, and how much higher can you get?
Oh, well, jeez. I can't stop staring at this. I'm like...
Thanks to Nova, who embezzled it. Nova, you did a wonderful job.
Wow. Can I just have one? I'm just kidding. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about, or anything that we haven't talked about?
But the only thing I'd like to say is I'd like to give out some great shouts to a few friends.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I'd love to give shout out to Tina DeVore, who's a legendary in Atlanta, who I respect and I love so much. Mm-hmm. And Erica Martinez and Muhammad and Don, of course, my husband.
Absolutely.
Lindsay Reed. I have so many friends. Tommy Ross.
Oh, Tommy.
Electra.
I love Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy helped me a lot this year. And so much love to Tommy. And Tommy, I will be there for your 30th year anniversary.
Wow.
This year is 30 years for Tommy. So, and to Nancy Taylor and anybody that I ever came in contact or became friends with. And I'm very excited because last night I met a lot of wonderful new friends here.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't
Have you
have-
enjoyed being here in Arizona?
I enjoyed very much being here,
Uh-huh.
and I enjoyed this few minutes that I had with you because I have heard so much about you through other
Yeah.
people, and I was very excited that you would want to take time with me and the EOY family. And I
I'm
really
loving this here.
thanks, Terica. But I really appreciate
Mhm.
that you take time for the
Absolutely.
gay community. I think it's wonderful.
Absolutely. A member of, and Charles Ortula says our brunch.
Oh, and I started a brunch in After Dark, and the first show is going to be March 25th after the Ohio EOY prelim. But I just want to tell you, if you want your brunch tickets, you better get them for April because those brunch tickets of 100 tickets sold out within 7 days.
Whoa.
So I'm very, very honored and happy that Leo and Tula would come to me and ask me to please hold a brunch in
Whoa.
Fort Wayne. So I'm very, very excited to be working with them.
So where's that at?
and other in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and
Okay.
that's held at the Tiger Room / After Dark
Okay. So you better get your tickets.
for April. 'Cause
Oh,
we're completely,
March is done?
March is completely sold out. The first 7 days,
What?
100 tickets. So
Whoa.
I'm very excited. Now I might do Barbara for you.
If they sell it out in April?
I promise I will.
If they sell it out in April.
I promise.
Well,
Just for you.
she's holding back a little bit. I can tell she's gotten to the point where she's done this impersonation over and over that she's probably like, oh, maybe we should pack her up, put her away for a while. But thank you so much for spending some time with us. I've enjoyed all of you.
Well, thank you very much for
Yes.
having us.
And
it's
you got ready in a
pleasure to
whim.
meet you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
She got ready. I want to tell you, she got ready in a whim. She said, oh, we're going to be on phase. And then all of a sudden she disappeared and then she came out. That's how I think it happened. That's how it happened.
Thank you very much once again for having us. I love you. Thank you.
Tula says she's doing Babs. Maybe you guys could have a Babs versus Babs.
Babs.
Yes. So, thank you guys for joining me and the EOI family. I'm so overwhelmed, excited for all of what's going to happen for Arizona EOI, which is tonight. What time does that start?
It's going to start early. It's going to start around 5,
Mm-hmm.
6 o'clock, and make sure that you come and get your seats early. And it's $15 admission to get in.
Okay.
And I'd like to wish each and every one of the contestants a very good luck tonight because it was a
Absolutely.
good competition last night. I can't wait to see what the turnout will be tonight.
Yes.
I
so-
hope you come and join us.
Maybe. But it's at Aqua Nightclub in Phoenix. So if you want to be there, you should get there like
Please.
now. I'm just kidding. But thanks for joining us, and go out and see the entertainers. We will talk to you later.
Love you.
Bye.